beautiful good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. This is yours truly, Mr. Panuka from Panuka Farm right here in Lusaka, Zambia. So in case this is your first time on this platform, this is a platform where we showcase what we do here at Panuka Farm, give you some farming tidbits ranging from pottery to horticulture farming, because that's what we do. Okay, so yeah, so you're welcome, and please, just in case you want to keep receiving the juicy tidbits that we actually drop down here on this platform, please remember to subscribe, so that as soon as we upload new content, then you are the first to be notified. So today I just want to give you some little tidbits on I think first content on this platform regarding broccoli and cauliflower. You can actually see we've got some cauliflower here, and then this section we've got some broccoli. We recently reintroduced these two crops after we phased out zucchini squash because of the buildup of mosaic virus on the farm. So yeah, repeatedly we tried to fix that, but looks like quite stubborn, and it's here to stay. So we had to just phase it out for now, for a couple of years, and replace that with cauliflower and broccoli. For those that actually do follow us on our social media platforms, especially Facebook, will know that broccoli and cauliflower were actually the first crops that we actually ever did here at Panuka Farm when we started in 2017, and we had an interesting happening I think with that first crop here in Zambia. The period between August, September, October, those are some of the hottest months of the year, and that's when we actually planted this broccoli and cauliflower, and that it got ready somewhere around October, when it was the hottest time of the year. So yeah, we had quite some very interesting lessons. We planted it in the open field, and part of the interesting issues that befell us is that we harvested is a bit late, but then we also had some weevils that were developing. So with cauliflower, to be specific, you actually require that creamish whitish surface to really be crisp clean. But then if the sun is blazing hot, you tend to have a bit of a brownish surface on especially cauliflower, and then that gets it out of being market worthy. So I just want to walk you through what the first crop that we have of broccoli and cauliflower, and then I'll show you some of the younger ones, and hopefully we can actually share some of the tidbits that help you, just in case you intend to farm broccoli and cauliflower. So what you have on my right is actually cauliflower, and then we have broccoli on the left. So I'm right at the divide. This is cauliflower, and then on my left, that's broccoli. So sometimes when they're actually growing, when they're starting, it's very difficult to know which one is which, but we know which one is which. Usually broccoli has this very rich, deep green color when it's actually coming up, and then cauliflower is slightly lighter, not too deep, and less vegetative compared to broccoli. So we planted broccoli and cauliflower on the same day, but then one interesting aspect is that broccoli actually gets ready much quicker compared to cauliflower. We've actually been harvesting in this broccoli patch, and many more are actually coming up, but we are actually yet to start harvesting the cauliflower. It takes a little longer, And already we're actually seeing that there's 2 weeks, apart. It might actually be 3 weeks. So there's a bit of some, cauliflower, heads that have actually started emerging. You can actually see they're embedded, or rather enveloped with this, foliage. And this is what you actually want to see in a good variety of, cauliflower. Making sure that the head is protected from direct contact with the sun. Then that, promotes or ensures that you've got that very crisp, cauliflower head, which is not in direct contact, with the sun. So yeah, you probably want to make sure that you plant them at 2 weeks or 3 weeks apart if you want them to be harvested at the same time, due to this difference in getting ready. So let's just try and see if we can see this head of cauliflower that's developing. It's actually hidden under the this foliage, but yeah, there it is down there. Hope you can actually see. It's hidden, covered with this these leaves, and that's what we want to see with a good variety of cauliflower, making sure that it actually protects the head. So yeah, you can actually see here we've been harvesting some of the broccoli, and some more broccoli heads are actually coming up. There they are. Many more broccoli. This one gets exposed, and one thing you actually need to guard against is for it to start sprouting. So make sure that it's actually harvested while it's still in very good shape, fresh. That's exactly what you want from a good broccoli head. So let's just check out the successors to this batch of broccoli and cauliflower. Like we always do, we always want to make sure that we do these things in succession. So here we have the successors to the other broccoli and cauliflower that I just showed you. This batch here is cauliflower, and like I earlier indicated, usually slightly less leafy and less green, compared to broccoli. And you're actually not that where the vegetative nature of these crops become a bit more vivacious. That's where broccoli starts. So like, interestingly, this line on the left actually has some cauliflower here, and then on the right here we've got some broccoli. So you can actually see from the top here there's just a slight less vegetativeness on the left, and then on the right it's a bit more leafy and much bigger leaves. So that's the difference between broccoli and cauliflower, just in case you are yet to see the actual broccoli and cauliflower. So this whole side we've got some broccoli, and looking very lovely so far. We're loving this. That's exactly what you actually want to see in a good, well taken care of field. So this is how our succession planting looks like so far. And we've got much younger broccoli and cauliflower that's also taking over from this batch. So within the same shed net, it's quite big. We obviously have some iceberg lettuce as well. So yeah, it's a mix and match. So this is some of the iceberg lettuce that we've got, looking very crisp and lovely, quite nutritionally balanced. Again, loving this piece. So that's iceberg lettuce on this end. Okay, so far left, and then we have some cauliflower, and then at the far end we've got some broccoli. So if you're out there, you probably would be getting confused, given that Mr. Panuka has time and again preached that you don't need to have too many crops on the farm. given that there's this succession planning, the consistency, aspect. But what we actually usually do is that, we always keep this backup of crops, because crop failure, especially with the buildup of diseases, is something that is extremely real. So like we indicated, we've had issues with mosaic virus for the baby marrow, and that's how we phased it out. So in each place, that's how, the broccoli and cauliflower came in. So we still stick, to our advice that you don't need too many crops if you've got to do this, consistently. And you can actually see already, just upon, the reintroduction of broccoli and cauliflower, we already have actually demonstrated the aspect of consistency, where we've got this, scheduling in our planting. So yeah, so the principle still remains, the same. But again, we love to be very realistic, because certain crops sometimes, the onslaught of diseases and stuff like that would be a bit too much. And so the common sense thing, or the realistic thing to do, is to probably temporarily phase it out, or completely phase it out if it's a bit too much, and introduce a new crop. So that's what we have here. So yeah, broccoli and cauliflower, good crops. Like I said, make sure that that they actually get ready differently, even if you transplanted them on the same day. Cauliflower will take a bit of time, probably 3 weeks longer than its sister, broccoli. So it's very good to take note of some of these nuances as you do the transplanting, just in case you are contracted. So thank you so much, for tuning in. Hope those tidbits were useful to you. Just in case you've got any, plans to get into broccoli and cauliflower farming. So have a lovely one, and please remember to subscribe.